Okay, so delighted that we are here today. Honestly, it gives me great, great, great joy. Yeah, honestly. And seriously, words cannot not express how much I really feel about. Yes, this thing that you are seeing on the screen. Okay, I I'm going to be looking into some things today. I'm going to be looking into how and the what of some currency pairs, crypto, which is Bitcoin in particular, and also metals, which is gold and silver. Okay, so just a moment, I want to quickly sort this little. Okay, I guess I need to do this. All right, you can also see that on the like on the top on the live chart, right? Okay, now the progress we made yesterday was just about 99.9%, making sure, that this tool, is up and running, and also that to make sure that we start using it as soon as possible, fully. Okay, it's actually in different versions. Yeah, it's actually in different versions, and when I say in different versions, it means different types. Okay, because that could make me look, let's just say, for instance, this is one version. Okay, this is another version. This one is fuller, and it does great work by the grace of God. Okay, so we had to split it into two so that our um, other systems, other terminals can also use that, and also we can benefit. We can also analyze from a different source. All right, so what have we got today? So far, so good. I'm just hoping that this is a GBP USD buy opportunity. Okay, this is a GBP USD. We saw this consolidation. Okay, price consolidating here, and was looking for a breakout, and we got this. Okay, and it's actually not a false breakout though, because accumulation wise, there's a reason why that buy order was actually taken, and then um, at that moment price was also in the direction that we wanted it to be. Okay, so if it comes out here, I'm going to show it to you here, and so if it comes out here, I'm also going to show it to you. Okay, so that is if I tend to see it. Okay, but another thing is we actually did got it right? Yeah, a buy for GBP USD, and also Euro JPY has been buying all through today. You see, and I want to also quickly go to AUD USD because that's how we analyze AUD USD, US dollar in the bigger picture. Okay, as a better index than the Australian dollar. See, I could lie to you, okay, and be giving you all the swags that you want to, see or feel or hear, okay, what you want to see, what you want to hear, what you want to feel. Okay, but the business of FX is kind of like you have to sit down and study the market, right? Yeah, and that's what makes it so freaking boring. But the end result, okay, is that you really want to enjoy the lifestyle you see everywhere on the internet. Yeah, but put in the work first, and be profitable. Okay, now AUD USD, this is what happened to it. Okay, I saw, if you watch the previous video I did, I talked about this. Okay, this was actually what I did. Okay, and when I talked about this, I said that this consolidation here, okay, the market was actually consolidating, ranging, and when I now used this bottom here as a support, that if I see price did break below on Thursday, but what happened, it went back up that Thursday. Immediately I placed an entry. I had an entry around here, around this point. Price went back up. I kept the order. I kept the sell order. And what happened at the end of the day, it came back down again, giving about total about 71 pips. Okay, now the point here is that AUD USD, okay, there are several factors you really need to look at. Okay, in this bear, this is slow, and because it is slow means that if you analyze it very well, in fact, even if a currency has a very high volatility, it doesn't matter. But for this it's slow. You get to see market reacting in front of you. You get to understand the feel, how it works, how it's moving, what is kind of like moving. You take your time. Okay, now look at the bigger picture here. This is actually in a bigger picture. This is a daily. Okay, now US dollar has a stronger index than the Australian dollar, which means look for sell opportunity, right? Now we wanted to look for sell opportunity. I would be looking for an opportunity where it is useful. Okay, I'll be looking for a sell opportunity at a very useful point. Now why? There are different method or modes that it's attached to this entire thing. There's accumulation and distribution, that is convergence, that is divergence. Okay, this has a methodology on its own. There is session break. Okay, that is, you get to see there is session break. You get to see all of this here. Okay, you get to see all of this in the intraday top mover for the bigger time frame. The bigger time frame shows you the bigger picture. But yes, as the market is actually moving, you get to be seeing it intraday wise. So that means you get to pick the you get to see the market in the bigger picture. But yes, get to see when there is a change or there is a sharp move in the market in the direction that you actually want it to go. You understand? So that's that is the concept here. And thank God we didn't pay anybody to do this. Everything was done from this desk. Okay, I designed it all. Okay, so now what I'm saying is that there's possibility that if this level remains, if this level remains here, I definitely will be looking, that's definitely going to be a continuation. That's a sell continuation. So whatever you're just seeing here, possibly is just a retracement of a downward move of a price moving, down to the south. Okay, a downward move, a fall from this point, got to God knows where. Okay, the look at what the support is actually that price is actually this support here, actually depended on this support that you see here. Now you see, just draw your horizontal rule and you see, look at here and here. So if this point, if price still, if this level is still intact, not threatened by this, please look for a sell opportunity. Okay, yes, intraday wise, swing trading wise, any kind of market, any kind of trading concept you adopt. And please mind you, I am not giving a buy or sell idea here. I'm just trying to analyze the market with you, most especially for myself. Okay, so that it becomes so good when I come back to my videos, maybe tomorrow, next tomorrow, in 1 year, in 10 years, in 20 years, in 40, 50 years, by God's grace, I will still see that this is how what this particular trade that I took, this is how the analysis was actually made. Okay, so let's move on. So on a very good day, this is not a financial advice. Okay, don't take it as a financial advice. I'm only trying to encourage traders, and also most importantly, I'm also trying to encourage intending traders, newbies. These are two categories. Also, intending means you're looking at, oh, maybe I want to start trading forex, I want to start trading crypto, I want to start trading gold is not forex, I want to start trading gold, metals. Okay, and you are just intending to want to do it. And another thing is that newbies, you've started, but you just started and you've not really acquired much knowledge. Okay, so that is the beauty. And also intermediate traders, if you're an intermediate trader and you have not really, though you've mastered the market, but yes, it has not become even if that's become too profitable for you, it changes nothing. Okay, everybody wants to be at a place where we get comfortable. Okay, and depend on, so that we don't just it's not easy to get money these days. It's so hard to make money these days. That is outside there, even as a forex trader or as a financial trader as well. So let's just try as much as possible to, I guess it's a point where I will look for the subscribe button and say, I think I should subscribe to this channel or this platform. Anyway, I don't care. That's not the point. The point is just to, I'm actually motivating myself. Everything you see is just a motivation. I didn't do it for the business aspect of it. Of course, I know the business part will come, where people will see what you're doing and they say, hey, I think I like this. But yes, how do you sell your market when how do you sell your ideas if no one knows about it? Or how do people know that this is what you do if no one really still does not know about it? All right, so we are looking at this price remaining intact, and for it remaining intact, we will say that a sell is probably imminent. Okay, we move from that to another one. I have like I said, I have a sell on GBP USD. sorry, a buy order on GBP USD. Okay, I have a buy order on GBP USD, and some factors moved me in this morning. I saw price accumulating at this point. Let's increase it a little bit. Okay, I saw price accumulating at this point here. This was the level of accumulation I saw. Okay, price was accumulating here, and at this point I was actually looking for a good point where I can buy at a good price. Okay, so price and the indicators were moving in the same direction, and that was actually not the first time it will do, because if you go to a bigger time frame, you will also see that we already had that same move. So this is not a divergent move where price is just turning from a complete downward or upward move. It was just more like a continuation. So I saw a convergence, and I also saw price accumulating, so I took the opportunity. So the point is, I also am going to keep the trade until maybe it gets here. Okay, so break below this point here. If it goes in, that means that price has gone against me, so definitely I'm going to exit the market. But if it continues to go upward like I have presumed, definitely that means I am going to target an area like this, or I can still move forward to daily time frame. But by then, inshallah, I would have added more trade orders. But the first thing is getting it right. Okay, the very first thing is getting it right, so which is where we are, and that's what I have done. I keep saying we. I'm used to that though. Okay, I'm used to that. All right, so what else do we have? What else have we got? AUD JPY. Okay, now look at AUD. Has a stronger index than the Japanese yen. That's number one take. Okay, AUD has a stronger index than the Japanese yen. The same thing, AUD has a stronger index than the Japanese yen. That's very simple. This software is very unlike every other software that I have tried to use. I wanted to be a discretionary trend trader, which of course I still am. Just flowing with the trend. But how well am I going to flow with the trend when I don't understand, what makes what you are using, or what makes what people are using? So I had to subscribe to using the knowledge I have, using the knowledge I have as a program developer. Okay, that's a good one. Yes, as a program developer. Then even to scan this, you go online, they'll tell you you'll be told to do register for free. Okay, one trial. You develop a QR code. Once you develop a QR code, you will then see that maybe in 1 or 2 weeks, in 7 or 14 days, it expires, and you won't be able to use it again. This QR code I made it myself, and it's just about learning to understand how things work. The QR code you're seeing at the back of this white background with those this little dash. I made them, and then every other thing you see here is just a concept. What do you want to do and what do you want to achieve? Okay, now back to the matter. This is why we are buying, And if you look at the 4-hour chart or 4-hour time frame, okay, I'm seeing a session break for card CHF. Have I showed that today? You see, I'm seeing a session break for card CHF. Okay. That means it could buy. There's a possibility that this could buy from here. Okay, see, London session, and it says long. London session, and it says long. So there's a possibility that I could buy Canadian dollars, Swiss franc from here. All right, but okay, I need other confirmations. Card is okay, good one, but yes, in the daily it has not really confirmed it, and I still actually still need it to, I need one or two confirmations to begin to buy. Why? I want to buy at a secure zone. I want to buy at a secure area. Okay, yeah. So I'm just going to move and do this so that we see our chart very well. Now, I was talking about AUD JPY. Okay, that Australian dollar has a stronger index. That's number one factor. Then what other things? For those that are using stop down analysis, this system also has that built in. Okay, price identifying some good areas in different time frames. Yes, and that's one. Then also seeing calculating so many other factors. In fact, per signals, there are about 7 to 9 factors. Okay, that this system calculates 7 to 9, and that still doesn't make it perfect. That it still doesn't make it perfect. It still doesn't give it, the 100%. You don't get 100%. It doesn't give you, let's just say, the 90% vibe that that it should have. But yes, it gives you the confidence to know that this is an area, this is a low, this is a high, this is a midpoint, this is a continuation, this is a new trend, this is a reversal. Okay, yes. So that's so just like the card CHF, we saw it's possible that it's very possible that this could still be going down, dragging down. Okay, like price could still continue to fall. All right, but for me it has alerted me to it, and what I will do is to then be looking for other opportunities or other confirmations to want to go to the market and buy and do what buy. Okay, so let's go back to the GBP USD. Those are the stocks I am actually looking at. Those are the stocks I'm actually looking at. I'm looking at this. Of course, I have a buy order. I'm looking at selling AUD USD. Okay, and I'm also looking at a point. Although I am currently have my eyes on this AUD JPY, I will be looking at when price might definitely fall. Might, I said might. Okay, because you get why. Okay, so go and read about go to Google, go and read about market regime. Okay, market regime, just Google it and read. I bet you will understand a few things about I'm just giving you, it's like I'm giving you an expo. I'm giving you an expo. It's like I'm giving you an expo. Okay, let me bring the browser up. Wow, okay, it came up. Okay, so while we have, this, let's quickly look at what, market regime is. So I'm looking at it from Google. Okay, now based on what you can see, say market regime, refers to a distinct, I'm going to explain it though, a distinct state of financial market characterized by specific and present conditions, such as bull markets, bear markets, or periods of consolidations. Okay, bear market, bull market, and periods of consolidations. Okay, and I would say that this oversees or refers to all the conditions, of the financial market at a given time. Okay, and we can, it helps to weather the changes. Okay, and it helps us to understand that it helps to understand market shifts between different regimes. You know what regime is: the Abacha regime, the Obasanjo regime. Okay, stuff like that. Yeah, and stuff like so. When the market is trending, okay, that is one regime. That's a trending regime. And we also have a sideways regime, or you can say a range, bound, bound regime. Okay, and you can also have a volatile regime. You can also have a quiet market, which you can also call a low volatility regime. So the importance of this market regime is here. I know you will not, they won't, you hardly will get, knowledge like this. Okay, can okay, let's just say that if you're using it, for instance, let's say you're using a trend following strategy in a ranging market. Okay, it will cause false entries. You will get false entries, you will get whipsaws. Okay, so that means that every market, the financial market, has different regimes, so you must, which means that, in other words, saying that you can have different strategies to use to attend to different market regimes or different market regime. Okay, so different strategies, to different market, regime. So it's as simple as that. It's not hard. Yes, it may look hard, but it's not really hard. So that's what market regime does. So it says the bull market, the bear market, and periods of consolidation. Okay, it's trending. It says bull market, that is GBP USD overall. Okay, now for instance, let's look at another one. Euro AUD. I just clicked. I'm kind of like trying to see another one that we have a bear. Okay, I'm going to click on GBP Australian dollar or gold XAU USD. Okay, even Euro AUD is trending bull. Okay, so let's do GBP AUD. Okay, it says ranging. Alright, it says ranging. How about we look at XAU USD? This is XAU USD. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, I quickly have to feed something from the back end. Yeah. All right, so like I was saying, if you look at this is USD card. Based on the emphasis, that was earlier given. This is USD card, and it's actually saying trending. So when it is not trending, let's say we go to another currency pair to look for one that is actually not trending. Let's do New Zealand USD. I'll be looking for what's not trending. Okay, now look at this, is actually ranging. So that is what overall it will still, from the background, calculate, do its own calculation to whatever it is that we have here, and sniff out the top movers, sniff into the stop movers, and funny enough, GBP USD is not acting as it should, and I'm still going to hold the trade irrespective. I'm going to hold the trade. Hold it. Actually already saw AUD USD from the mobile terminal. I held this for Thursday, Friday, and until Monday. That is three trading, days. 3 trading days. And just like as I analyzed earlier on, if this level is still holding very intact, and it is price is not in any way threatening, or this level is not threatened by price movement, okay, definitely we should be looking for a sell. Okay, please, that is not a buy or sell order. I'm not giving an order. Okay, I'm just saying definitely according to what I see from my desk. Okay, and the same way I held this is the same way I also am going to look into GBP USD too. Okay, it's the same way I'm going to look into GBP USD. until it either hits it either hits the stop loss, or I exit the market manually, and or it goes in the purported direction, which is to go up from here. Okay, I had wanted to show you this accumulation wise price, has so if market regime is saying that it's trending just because I wanted to make a video that time frame, because I only when I have not because only when I have an information to do so, or a reason to do so. So the idea here is to just wait. Markets will tell you what to do. Market will hold on, the market will give your software the information to tell you on what to do. That's a good one. Yamata Kuzoku Teyani. So good. So let me just show you something. AUD New Zealand Japanese yen is okay. It's bullish. Green is bullish. Red is opposite. I also saw, okay, and one thing, the one con, not the pro, the con of almost every software indicators is they keep getting, even if they get the signal at the top, at the complete overbought, an area where they're not supposed to, you get the signal to buy or sell. So I always tell people, your software, your indicator, your EA, your expert advisor, your methodology, your technique, your system, your approach is 10%. You are 90%. It is your decision when you click buy or sell. It is your decision if you don't use stop loss. It's your decision if you decide to keep a winning trade, or you decide to keep a losing trade. So you are 90%. So that helps a lot. Right. Okay, I'm just trying to fix the terminal to silver is pointing to sell. Okay. White gold okay. White gold is indicating a buy. Okay. USD JPY. It's actually gotten to the top. USD cards. Let's look at New Zealand JPY. I'm getting two more. Okay. I guess it had moved from a significant area before now. Okay. GBP USD. just trying to make an adjustment